Okay, hi everyone, welcome back. And in this update, we are going to check out Cardano's price chart. And if you remember the last time that we talked about data, I think specifically we were right in here, and the idea was that what we want to see is a consolidation followed by another move up. And then if we get a move down, we said it is going to be quite normal, just part of the bullish process, simple as that. Now, as you can see, we did get correction and another move on the upside, but for two very important reasons. I think maybe it's best to right now at least be a bit patient. Why? Reason number one, you see, in my view, there's a good chance in ADA we are having from this point now an A, B, C in form of an expanded flat. And one very important reason for why I would like to say this is an expanded flat actually is because this specific phase down is quite strong. And when you go, for example, on like 1 minute time frame, in my own time, I'll be honest, I don't really go on such short time frames, but to make a point, when you go on 1 minute chart, you are able to find in here a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down. So in my view, this is an expanded flat. And if you want to say that from the lowest low, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you do have a slight problem. You see, number one, whenever you are having a rather deep correction for your wave 2, and I think this is actually kind of a deep corrective movement on the downside, instead wave 4 is going to take some time. But as you can see, this supposedly wave 4 took less than our wave 2 timing wise, and that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Now, I want to be very clear, this is not a must, but in most cases, again, we are going to have a bit of a drawn out correction and structure into our wave 4, but in here, as you can see, we definitely do not have that. Second important issue, you see, into your wave 5, you need to be able to find a 5 wave, and maybe you are able to find an impulse in here. However, in my view, this, I think we can all agree, looks a lot like just a simple A, B, C zigzag and not a 5 wave, further complicating this scenario, suggesting the bottom is an in Cardano right in here. So what is it that I'm trying to say? Technically, you might be able to be bullish right in here and call for some strong moves on the upside, starting from the current point, effective immediately. However, for now at least, as long as I'm not seeing some strong bounce backs in here, I'm not really going to subscribe in that camp. Instead, I'm going to argue this is ABC up, this is still, in my view, an ABC expanded flat down. Now I'm going to say this is an ABC on the upside, meaning what? You may end up having in here just a WXY in form of a double zigzag. And what does this scenario actually imply? It implies that maybe from this point to about here in Cardano, we are having, excuse me, let's just say this one, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave impulsive structure down, meaning what? You're having 5 wave down, correction up. This is actually a bearish setup in ADA, suggesting this move can continue a little bit. Let's say yes, for another 5 to 8% in order to, number one, take this important low down here about 85.3 cents, but maybe we're gonna go like just a bit lower than that and reach to about the lower band of this region around 84.5 cents area. Now, here is a very, very important point for you. No matter what is going to happen in this region, I need you to understand this. In Cardano, overall, we are looking extremely bullish. And even if we do end up getting a move down, in order to have one more retest of this beautiful level and then get a very strong bounce back, even at that point, you're going to see me saying, look, this is just an ABC zigzag. And pay attention, before the zigzag, what do we have? A beautiful looking 5 wave on the upside off of the recent lowest low down here about 78 cents. So what does that mean? It means, my friends, we are on our way to have a magnificent bull run, and there's a very high chance this is 1, this is 2, and what's next? Yup, big move up into wave 3 and 4 and 5. So assuming that we are even going to have another 5 to 10% move down in the short term in ADA, I need you to remember this. It's not going to be necessarily a bad sign as long as we're not doing two things. Number one, we are not getting a break of this important level. And number two, we are not taking this important slow down here about 78.5 cents. And by the way, I actually forgot to tell you this. When I say as long as we are not getting a break of this level, I mean we go under it, do a pullback, and then get a continuation of the move down in order to take this low. If we do this, fair enough, at that point, maybe some sort of a bearish scenario is in play. However, as long as I'm not seeing this, I think we should remain overall very much optimistic in Cardano. But maybe in the next 48 to 72 hours, this move down can continue a little bit, and maybe we're gonna do something like this. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Cardano. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.